Okay. So before we get into it, let me just be the fifth group session. Okay, our fifth group session is this week. Okay. So everyone, welcome. Thank you for the likes. Our fifth group session is going to be this week. So that's for everyone that has the self-love transformation program. Welcome everybody, welcome in. Welcome, how are we all? How are we all? Hope everyone is well this Monday. So, our fifth group session is going to be this week. That's for everyone that has a self-love transformation program. And if you purchase the personalised session today, you'll get it by midweek. So tomorrow or Wednesday latest. Okay. So your inner child is you. That also means that you are every single age that you have ever been, you are right now. So when we heal the inner child, what we are actually doing is we are going into the program, which is the subconscious, and that is responsible for 95% of your brain's activity. But what actually goes on in the subconscious? Well, it's everything that you believe to be true. So all of your beliefs is what makes you you, because you walk around in your reality with the feelings that the beliefs make you feel. And this is how you are walking around. And so when you interact with people, again, you're never seeing people for who they are. They are never seeing you for who you are. You are always seeing based on who you are, because you project your feelings and your beliefs onto them. And they validate how you feel. And this is what the responsibility for other people are in your life, because everyone is a version of you. Everyone is you pushed out. And that literally means whatever you are doing to yourself, you are projecting that externally onto everyone else. And think about it, because the only reason why you are different to someone else is literally down to what you believe to be true. Your beliefs, and therefore other people's beliefs, could be different, right? And that is what separates you from them. That's the only thing. And most importantly, of course, the beliefs that you hold about yourself. And that's dictating everything. Because in this life, you get a direct proportion of how worthy you believe you are. So your life is a mirror. If you don't think you're worthy, then you won't experience a life that shows you that. Because what do you believe about you? Do you have an abandonment wound? Do you feel like people always leave you? Do you feel like you're not good enough and there's better people out there? Do you feel like you're hard to love or you're unlovable? Do you feel like people leave you? Like, what is going on for you? Because what you believe to be true is now going to be validated by the external. So if you don't think highly of yourself, then no one's going to think highly of you. If you don't validate yourself, nobody's going to validate you. If you don't respect yourself, nobody's going to respect you. It is the mirror. So you are only going to get exactly what you are doing, not what you're not doing, exactly what you are doing. So be so real with yourself and ask yourself, are you operating with a wounded and therefore traumatized inner child within you? Or are you operating with a healed inner child? And you will definitely know the difference. You will definitely know the difference. And all of your relationships, all of your encounters will show you straight away if you are operating with a traumatized inner child or a healed inner child. So this is life-changing, and this is actual healing. It's not just going to the doctors and accepting to be on a pill for the whole of your life. It's actually getting to the root. So if we have any questions on inner child healing, then you can ask away in the comments. The Self-Love Transformation Program is inner child healing document. So it's quantum mechanics condensed for anyone to understand. And then there's tools, steps for you to follow. And you get also weekly group sessions with that all the way till August. So guys, in here is like a 30-day task for you to do to heal your inner child and your self-concept. And that's when you're going to see the change, at least 30 days. But you're going to want to continue doing that, right? And the group sessions are all the way till August. So that is absolutely incredible. And the price is definitely going to be going up this week. I'm thinking of doing it by the end of today. Just because, of course, you get over 30 days of sessions. You get so many. You get months, right? You got like, there's so much there. So that's the perfect place if you want to start. There's hundreds and hundreds of hours of content that you can consume as well. Like I've literally got hundreds of free content on inner child healing that you can be watching if that's where you want to start. But there will be a time when you want to take that action. And then there is a personalized session and lesson, which is, say you're in a certain area, a situation, let's say you keep attracting the same person in a different body, or let's say you keep having the same pattern of behavior play out and you're sick and tired, you want to know what's going on and you want it to stop. Well, that's perfect for you because we go over how you attracted that in the first place, what's going on and what you can do going forward. So that's also really beneficial for people that have children. If they have someone like a child at school that's getting bullied and they want to know what's going on and what they can do to like stop the bullying, that'll be perfect for them. It's also perfect for couples. Let's say you both irritating each other, you both keep getting at each other. Again, perfect for couples. So that will really be good for a lot of people. But if you want to actually dive into the inner child healing and therefore rewire the neurons in your subconscious to remove the limiting beliefs and replace them with ones that serve you, then the Self-Love Transformation Program will be absolutely perfect for you. And again, you get sessions all the way till August. And there's also a video that's linked to the Self-Love Transformation Program, and it's called Everyone Is You Pushed Out. Well, I highly recommend everyone to watch that video. Even if you're not getting the program, watch that video. It explains how everybody is you pushed out. Meaning whatever you are doing to yourself, you are projecting that externally. If you are holding on to anger, it's going to appear like everyone around you is always irritating you, getting on your nerves and making you angry. If you're holding on to jealousy, it's going to appear everywhere you go, people are making you jealous. You feel so insecure. Again, your consciousness is being projected externally. So heal your inner child so you can feel safe and secure. Honestly, it's the best thing you could ever do. This is going to be going in schools, universities, hospitals, doctors, all of that, on a mission to spread the awareness of actual real life healing. People are getting sick and tired of just accepting a pill for all their life. They actually want to know what's going on. How can I actually heal this? Thank you so much for the share, guys. Let's spread the word. If you can share this to however many people, that will be so beneficial. And we will go over some things on the board. Guys, you can even have your own say of what you want me to go over on the board. And if you have any questions on video ideas, let me know, because I've actually got a board where I'm going to fill it with all of your ideas and then do videos on them. And if the videos are longer than 10 minutes, then we'll just put them onto YouTube. So we have one, quantum healing. So that's one thing that I'm going to be doing a video on. If you have any ideas, let me know and we can put that on the board. So do let me know if you want to dive deep into anything. And guys, please make sure that you are asking questions about inner child healing if you would like to know more information. Could you explain self-sabotage? Is it real? Self-sabotage is just you listening to, I like to call it the wounded inner child, because as soon as you've healed it, you don't have that chit-chatter anymore. But you could call it ego. So the chatter in your head that's saying, oh, that person's going to leave me. I really think that person's going to leave me. Let's just not get close. Let's just leave before they leave me. Right? So self-sabotage is when you are actually listening to that wounded inner child and therefore believing what they are saying. Let me see if we have. Will you ever do Zoom sessions after 6 p.m? I'm going to find it difficult to join during the day. So far it has been during the week, but what I could potentially do is a weekend day. I could start doing a weekend day and see how that goes. But I'll keep that in mind as well. So after 6 p.m, I'll keep that in mind. Even if we do it a weekend some weeks. Okay, let me just see if we have. Okay, what about how to set boundaries? You set boundaries by healing your inner child. You know what, we'll go over the board on that because that's a really big one. People feel guilty when they have boundaries. People feel guilty when they say no to certain people, even if these people are using them, walking all over them, you know. they still feel guilty. Well, why is that? Why do we feel guilty when we have a barrier, when we have a boundary? And it's because we don't respect ourselves enough to believe that we deserve a boundary. Okay, I'm going to say that again. Because we believe, I can't even remember what I said now. Because we don't believe that we are worthy enough to have boundaries. Right? Because we don't respect ourselves. Having a boundary shows that you respect who you are and you respect your space. Well, if you don't respect who you are, it's going to be extremely difficult for you to have that boundary. We'll do that as well. Let me put this on the board. So for ideas of videos, we have quantum healing, and then we're going to do how to set boundaries. Okay, that's a good one as well. Quantum healing, how to set boundaries. Guys, if you have any other ideas, let me know. We'll put it on the board to do. And guys, if you have any questions on inner child healing, please let me know. As I have mentioned, the prices will be going up and I'm thinking of doing it tonight. How to, let me just put this down. Oops. Approve. How to quit victim mentality. We'll put that on the board as well. Because these things that I'm putting down as ideas, I'm going to be doing long videos on them, right? Step by step as well. So we'll put how to quit victim mentality. So we have quantum healing, how to set boundaries, and how to quit victim mentality. That's a great one. That is a great one. So guys, any questions, any ideas, let me know. I'll put them on the board. And any questions on inner child healing as well. I will also go through that on the board or answer your questions. So please, while I'm here, also please share the live. And like I said, I am thinking of putting the prices up tonight. So if you want to be part of the program, if you've got any questions, then you can let me know. Or any questions on the personalised lesson, you can also let me know. What about how to love yourself as a video? Okay, let's put that as an idea as well. How to love yourself. Because that's a good one, because people do get confused, don't they? Like self-care, they think, oh, it's actually when you have to go and do stuff or when you have to put, I don't know, a face mask on or whatever. That's great, but real self-care is internal. It's how you are thinking about yourself, how you're showing up for yourself. The other things are a bonus, right? But real self-care is internal, it's not external. Same with loving yourself, it's internal. But of course that can also require action. You can take yourself out for meals and on dates and stuff. But loving yourself genuinely is an internal thing. Because nothing outside of you is obviously going to make you love yourself. You have to love yourself internal. And then things can add on to that. So any questions, guys, on inner child healing? And does anyone have any more ideas on video ideas? Let me know. And anything people would like to go over the board. So the video ideas, we have quantum healing, how to set boundaries, how to quit victim mentality, and how to love yourself. So they are all great, great, great videos. And guys, if you don't see them on TikTok, then they'll be on YouTube, because the only reason that they won't be on TikTok is if the video is longer than 10 minutes. Then I will put it onto YouTube. So make sure you're checking out both platforms. So on the board, what we're going to go over now is let me just rub this out. Where's the other one there? So everyone is you. Everyone is a reflection of you. So now, we do go over romantic partners a lot, but it's because it relates to, obviously, I mean, everything relates to a lot of people, but your romantic partner, your intimacy with them is obviously different to everyone else in your life. So just know that your romantic partner is only mirroring back to you who you believe you are. And also you are doing the exact same, because you are both validating each other's feelings. It doesn't matter how much you think you're doing for them, how much love you think you're pouring into them, or whatever it may be, because if they are operating in fear, insecurity and doubt, you can only add on to that. It doesn't matter what you're actually doing. And this is what we always say. People don't see each other for who they actually are. They're not going to see you for all the kindness that you're doing or being, or all the love that you're showing them, because people can only see each other for who they are. And again, if you are operating from fear, let's say you have an abandonment wound, then this person can only validate that you are living in fear and that you have an abandonment wound, right? It doesn't matter how much reassurance they give you or whatever. Every time they leave the house, your abandonment wound is going to be heightened. So every time they don't reply in the space of an hour or whatever, your abandonment wound is going to be heightened. So you are both always validating how you feel. That's what's going on. So this is why healing is so crucial, because now in a relationship, you can mirror that each other are safe and secure. And you, as an individual, can only change your own feelings. Your partner, someone outside of you, cannot change how you feel. Only you can change how you feel. It's only a you job. So now you guys can validate that you are both safe and secure, and you can add on to that. But until then, you are always going to get what you are doing within yourself, not what they are doing. You are going to validate for them what they are doing, but it's all about you. And this is why inner child healing is so important, because let's say you're not with someone, but you want to attract a healthy, genuine, loving relationship, then what's going to happen is, while you're on your own, you can work on loving yourself. You can work on being the absolute best version of yourself. You can work on being your best friend. You can work on being your true love, acting like you are the love of your life. And when you do that, that's when you're going to mirror someone that is literally mirroring back to you what you are doing, because that's already going on, right? But you're spending time while you're on your own. You're not begging, waiting, wanting, wishing for someone to come along and treat you right, because that's not going to happen until you treat you right. So you're using the time effectively with you being on your own. You realise, okay, if I can heal my inner child and now I can be my best friend, I'm going to now have a high self-concept, which means now I respect myself, I validate myself, I love who I am. I'm also going to be operating from safety and security. I'm going to treat myself like my one true love. So this is everything that you're doing within. Well, now, if someone comes along, guess what? They're mirroring back to you what you are doing. They are going to give you the absolute world, treat you like a trophy, because what do you do with yourself? You think you're your one true love. You treat yourself and you act as such. You are your own best friend and you have a high self-concept. So you don't welcome any disrespect. If this person was to come and disrespect you, which again, that can't happen because it's a mirror. Your life is a mirror. And because you respect who you are, someone's not going to come along and disrespect you. And straight away, if they did, you would just kind of laugh and walk away. You know, it would put you off. But here, oh wow, you would put away disrespect after disrespect and you will never leave because you have an abandonment wound. But you love yourself, you've healed that. So this person has to add on to the fact that you are your own best friend, that you love who you are, that you are operating from a high self-concept, and that you believe you are your true love. They have to be like, yes, that's true. You are your best friend. You are your one true love. You do have a high self-concept. So they add on to whatever these thoughts make you feel. Well, all of these thoughts are going to make you feel safe and secure. So that's your projection externally. It's all about the feelings. But you get the feelings with the thoughts you think. So your thoughts are extremely powerful, but it's only because it produces the feelings. Just like visualizing your desired reality or your outcome is extremely important, but only because it gets you that feeling. And once you have that visualization, you drop it and you just hold on to the feeling. So you're projecting externally safety and security because that's what you do within. And this person has to validate that you are safe and secure. Well, what's happening here? The same thing. But because you are operating in fear, they have to validate that you are operating in fear. But it's the exact same formula. Nothing changes. The only change is this one, you're operating from a wounded inner child, so you're disconnected within your own body. Whereas here, you have healed your inner child. And that makes all the difference. Just from that simple little thing, you could be the exact same person. You look the exact same, but you get treated completely differently based on what's going on internally for you. It has absolutely nothing to do with what's going on the outside. It's got nothing to do with how you look, because you're going to get treated based on what's going on internally for you. Absolutely nothing to do with what's on the outside. All to do with what's going on within you. Because again, like I've just said, this person on the left-hand side, they're the exact same person. The only difference is, in the first picture, they're operating from a wounded inner child. So they're disconnected within. So they're attracting someone that adds on to the fact that they are living with a wounded inner child. That adds on to their fear and their abandonment wound. In the second picture, the one below, they've healed that. They've healed their abandonment wound, and they've also healed their inner child. So their whole life looks completely different because the people that they're attracting are completely different types of people. But they're the same person, they look the same. It's about the feelings, it's all about the feelings. So if we have any questions, guys, on inner child healing, please let me know while I am here. And I'm just going to have a look if there are any questions. Everything exists within you, absolutely. Every single thing. There's actually nothing outside of you because everything is moving. Yeah, you get to experience it, but you're experiencing your creation that you've created from within. And things have to appear solid, otherwise how would you have this experience of reality? You would know that it's a game or a simulation or whatever you want to call it. So things aren't actually solid because everything's moving and vibrating at a certain frequency. But you cannot see with these human eyes things vibrating. But every single thing is vibrating at a certain frequency. This also includes your thoughts and your emotions, which are energy in motion. You are energy. Your emotions are energy in motions. And your feelings. So everything about you is vibrating at a certain frequency. Every single thing is vibrating. When you look at a person, They are vibrating at a certain frequency depending on what thoughts they think and therefore the feelings that they produce. And think about when you attract someone in your life, it's based on your vibrational frequency. You're going to attract someone that is vibrating on the same or extremely similar vibrational frequency. So nothing is a coincidence. Everything is an orchestration. And this is why like attracts like. And this is why relationships, again, you cannot be a victim and play the victim card, because you must attracted that person because you're on a very similar wavelength to them. Your vibrational frequency is extremely similar. Well, you might say to me, yeah, but I would never attract a narcissist. I would never do that. Well, I hate to break it to you, but you and the narcissist are not that different to each other. I don't care what you think. Think about what's going on within you. You both are operating from self-hatred. You both absolutely hate yourselves. You're insecure. You're living in fear. You don't think you're good enough and you don't think you're worthy. You're very, very similar. It does not matter how you act out in the 3D because it's what's going on internally for you. That's why you're drawn to each other and attracted to each other in the first place. But what happens is when you heal your inner child, your type changes. You're no longer attracted to those same types of people. Those same types of people now would put you off. You would get the ick, you would just walk away. Because the reason why you're drawn to them in the first place is because of the emotional wounds that you both carry. It is familiarity when you're both together because it reminds you of a childhood, a traumatic, chaotic childhood that you both experienced. So you both recognize each other because you recognize the wounds that you both carry. And this is what happens in a lot of relationships. And this is where you get those trauma bonds. And both individuals are operating from a place of fear. And they're with that other person in the hopes that the other person is going to come along and replace those feelings of fear with safety and security and love. But this is why you had that trauma bond dynamic, because as we know, you can only validate how each other already feels. Someone cannot come along and change how you feel. They can only add on to how you already feel. And this is where you get that dynamic, right? And because of the disrespect, after disrespect, you don't leave because you have those deep-rooted beliefs that you are not good enough and that you are not worthy, and you are operating from an abandonment wound. So you see the person for who they truly are after a while, but you still stay. So it tells you a lot more about you than you could ever realise. So let's get out of victim mentality and take accountability for the fact that, oh my gosh, if I'm attracting this type of person all the time, I must really hate who I am. I must absolutely not think highly of myself at all. It is so important for you to become the bottom one, to heal your inner child so you become your own best friend. Treat yourself like your one true love. And that's going to impact every area of your life. There's nothing selfish about that. It's selfless. Because now when you're interacting with strangers, well, you're going to make their day. They're going to make your day. You're going to add on to each other's happiness, joy. When you're meeting and having dates and going on relationships, they're going to add on to the fact that you are operating from safety and security. So your whole reality is going to reflect something completely different, all based on the fact that you are now vibrating at a certain frequency. That's all it comes down to. So now you're going to attract people on that same or extremely similar vibrational frequency. So let's see if we have any questions. That's so big for me, so we don't really know anyone. You're seeing everyone from your perspective. So you're seeing everyone for who you are, because you're projecting your consciousness onto your surroundings. Right, I'm just reading the comments now. Guys, if you have any questions on inner child healing, please let me know. We have the Self-Love Transformation Program. The price will be going up at the end of the day. And then we have the personalized session. So if you are in like a specific area in your life, or you keep attracting the same person in a different body, and you want to know what's going on and all of that, then that would be perfect for you. Okay, let me go up. There's quite a lot of comments, guys, so I'll just glimpse over them. That was an amazing explanation. I've been buying candy floss machines, bubbles to blow, I'm 59 lol. I love that. I love that. If you like it, why not? Age's got nothing to do with that. How do you begin to heal your inner child? That's why I have the Self-Love Transformation Program. So you get inner child healing documents, which is quantum mechanics, condensed so anyone can understand it. There's a 30-day self-love transformation in there, but you also get weekly group sessions all the way till August, which is like, wow. And then there's a personalized session and lesson if you have like a specific area that you would like help on. Can someone give a rundown? I missed it. Where do I start from to heal my inner child? Guys, there's hundreds and hundreds of hours of free content out there that I have created. If you want to watch my TikToks, or if you want to go on my YouTube, there's so many playlists on there, and the link is in my bio. But if you want to take action, then I have the program for you, and I also have a personalized lesson. So there is something for everyone. What I'll do in the comments is I will put the YouTube, but guys, everything is in the link in my bio. Everything is in the link in my bio. So let me just see any more questions. How can I heal against Self-Love Transformation Program? Only the truth here, absolutely. Guys, there's no such sugarcoating. I don't just say it just because you might want to hear it. I just tell it how it is. So if you don't like that, then obviously you don't have to be here. Because she is saying that you're untied. I agree. Okay. All is mind. Yes, life is mental. There's a reason why people say that. It's not just to say it. Life is mental. There's abundance when there is lack. You cannot possibly be thinking both at the same time. You get to choose, because life is mental. You get to choose, should I focus on the abundance or should I focus on lack? Again, the same with positive thinking and negative thinking. They both exist at the same time. You cannot possibly be thinking of the same at the same time. You get to choose. It's a choice. Life is mental. Are you going to positively think or negatively think? Whichever one you choose has a direct correlation on the type of life you're going to live. And that's absolutely your choice. You can decide whatever you want to live. You get more of who you are being. So it's your choice. Absolutely up to you. Guys, thank you so much for all of the likes, and thank you for sharing as well. Yes, a narcissist issue attracts other narcissist issues. Please guide me on how to heal inner child. Okay, there's hundreds and hundreds of hours worth of content if you want to go onto YouTube and start with the playlists. I have tagged it in the comments, so it should be there somewhere, but it is also in the link in my bio. If you want to take action, There is the Self-Love Transformation Program. Again, the price will be going up this evening. That has inner child healing documents that we go over every week. And you get weekly group sessions all the way till August. And there's also a 30-day transformation in the program. And then there's a personalised session. So it depends what you are after. There's something for everyone. I attract BPD people all the time. They are pretty much the only people I attract. Yeah, because you will be disconnected within yourself and you will be confused with who you are and what you want from life. So you'll also attract other people that are the same, that are, confused in the direction that they're going. Don't know who to trust, don't know what's going on, all of that. No, we don't hate who we are. A part of us is waiting for validation, abandoned trauma. Yeah, because you hate who you are. You might not want to hear it, but if you're abandoning yourself, you hate who you are because you're the one holding on to that abandonment wound, which means you are abandoning yourself every time you are having thoughts that someone's going to leave you. Well, you've already left yourself, right? Otherwise, you would not have that wound. You would not feel abandoned. You would not ever think, oh my gosh, they're going to abandon me. Oh my gosh, what happens if they leave me? You're already doing it to yourself. Someone that loves themselves would not think like that. They don't have an abandonment wound. They've healed it. Makes so much sense. Always, 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 guys. This is the truth. Always going to be. That's why I'm showing up for you. We believed in a lie and now need to rewire our thoughts. How to join your program. So guys, the links are in my bio. I've put a link to my YouTube on here if you just want to continue consuming content. There's hours worth, so many different playlists for everyone. But if you want to join the program, it is in the link in my bio. It says Self-Love Transformation, and when you click on it, it says Self-Love Transformation Program. I highly recommend you watching that YouTube video that is linked. That's called Everyone Is You Pushed Out. And then when you go to the bottom, there's all the testimonials. There's so more as well, but I need to add them on there. And if you go to my story, I always add testimonials on there as well. So that's the program. You get the documents with that, the 30-day self-love transformation, but you also get weekly group sessions on Zoom every single week up until August. And you will be sent a confirmation email to let you know that you will receive a Zoom link every single week for the Zoom meeting. And if you ever miss one and you email me, I can send you the recording. So guys, there's so much for you. Guys, again, it's in the link in my bio. Let me know if you can find it. If not, I can add it into here. But if you go onto my profile, it's the first link. The second link is the YouTube. So anyone asking how to heal, that's a perfect way for you to heal. What would you say is the root cause of addiction? You're operating from a wounded inner child. You're using something outside of you to try and fill a void that you have. But the missing piece is you. You're disconnected to your inner child, so you must heal and connect to your inner child. And that's why people have a void, because they're disconnected within. How much is the price going to go up to? 188.88. Guys, this is the YouTube. I've just tagged it. So there are hours of worth of content on there if you just want to consume. But there will be a point when you do want to take action. Can't wait to join. So many people need this education. We live... Absolutely, I 1000% agree with you. Every single person, from nursery to kindergarten, primary school, high school, university, old people's homes, doctors, hospitals, everywhere, in the workplace, so people understand what's going on. I feel I've wasted, oh, where's that? I feel I've wasted my life worrying. Again, there's no time wasted. I'm so glad that you came across this as well. I've never met anyone explaining it so well. Thank you, guys. It is a gift. If you think about it, it's quantum mechanics, but it doesn't have to be difficult, right? I can make it so anyone can understand it. Children can understand it. The next group session is this week. You'll get sent the link at least a day before. So guys, yeah, any questions, let me know. And the link is in my bio. So again, the price will be going up to the prices that it has next to it on both of them by the end of today. So let's go on the board. What I'm going to do now is for you to see. You already know how important it is for you to heal your inner child. So you can become like this rather than operating like this. Because it doesn't have to be even, okay, romantic partner, we say that a lot because that's a different type of intimacy. But it could even be your boss at work. Because think about bullies at school. They are drawn to a specific type of people. A bully's not going to go up to someone and bully someone that loves themselves, right? Because that person would stick up for themselves and just walk away. They would get no reaction from it. So a bully has to bully someone that believes very little about themselves, that is operating from a low self-concept, that doesn't think highly of themselves at all, that welcome disrespect. And people that operate with a wounded inner child welcome disrespect. They welcome disrespect after disrespect over and over again, because most times they are operating from an abandonment wound. They just don't want to be alone. They'd rather meet up with people, even if these people are walking all over them and disrespecting them, just because they don't want to be on their own. They don't like their own company. So low self-concept, welcome disrespect, wounded inner child. So insecurity and fear is the feelings that you are feeling. So a boss, right, let's say you've got a bully at work, at your workplace, you would be the perfect target for them. And obviously their program would be, they too don't feel worthy. And they too are operating from fear. So for them to get the sense of, oh, I'm good, I'm superior, I'm better than everyone, they have to put people down, because otherwise they're going to feel like that small person they believe they are. So you're the perfect example for them, because you're not going to stick up for yourself. You're going to allow them to disrespect you because you are operating from a low self-concept and a wounded inner child. So they are just doing their job of validating how you feel. So you don't question it, because they're just adding on to how you already feel. You just think it's normal for you, right? And you would add on also to how they feel. So fear. So it could initially be they're jealous of you. You don't know that. You've got no clue. They're just putting you down, making you feel small, putting you in your place, disrespecting you. But you're okay with that, because this is what you think about you. So it's so important that you heal your inner child, because this dynamic can happen wherever you go. Now let's say you just change jobs because you're so sick and tired of your boss. Well, what will happen is you will now attract that same person in a different body. It will follow you wherever you go. So you'll go to your new job, you'll have the same dynamics play out. Now let's say that's an actual individual and that's your romantic relationship, and you're so sick and tired of them, you want to get away from them. So you actually decided to move country. Well, you're going to find that person in a different body, even if you've travelled all across the world to get away from that person. Because it's not about them, it's all about you. It has absolutely everything to do with you. That's why you're drawing these people to you in the first place. That's why you're attracted to these types of people, because of what's going on for you internally. Nothing to do with them. What's going on for you? So healing your inner child will now mean that you feel safe and secure in your own body. So you're not going to attract people like this, because someone that loves themselves, firstly, the boss would never go to that person and put them down, which shows that they are also operating from fear. Again, it's a mirror. They're reflecting back to you who you believe you are. You are also reflecting back to them who they believe they are. You're doing the same thing to each other. And you're both seeing each other only for who you both are, not for the other person. For example, you don't know why they're putting you down, if it's because they're jealous. But however you're seeing it is only based on you. You're only seeing, oh, they're putting me down. Well, I do have a low self-concept. I do welcome disrespect. This does happen to me normally. I am insecure and I'm living in fear. So yeah, of course it would happen. You don't think, oh, they're jealous. Oh, it's because this happened to them at school and I remind them of that person. So now they're projecting onto me. You just kind of take it, because what you believe to be true, they are validating. So this is why it's so important for you to understand it's all to do with you, not them. And whoever you attract, it has absolutely everything to do with who you must believe you are. Because you would not attract them in the first place if you thought highly. What time is the price going up so I can be on time? The price is going to go up tonight, and it will go up at, I'm going to give it 12. So 12 p.m. So literally right at the end of the night. Last thing. Well, just before I go to sleep. I'm not sure if it will be. Actually, no, I can set it for that time. I can actually set it for that time. So yeah, midnight. It will be that price until midnight. Yeah. I have an abandonment issues and give and give. Yep. If you have an abandonment issues, you could be someone that always gives. Or it could be someone that always takes. Like someone that's operating from wounded and... So wounded feminine energy and wounded masculine energy could be someone that always gives but never takes. Or could be someone that always takes and never gives. Because it's an imbalance of energy. I am in the UK. I am in the UK, so right now it's 12:18 in the afternoon, AM, yeah. So is there... So is that event on my TikTok for 12 tonight or right now? Because I'm not sure if it's like UK or... Guys, does anyone know the event that says on my TikTok at 12? Does that say like it's happening now or 12 later? Does anyone know? Live event stage right now. Okay, thank you. Okay, and when you click it, obviously it comes to here. It comes on to what we're watching right now. Okay, perfect. Guys, any questions on inner child healing, let me know. And if you have anything in particular that you would like for me to go on the board, also let me know. But it's really important for you guys to know just how literal of a mirror that your life is. So anything that you are holding on to that you're not releasing, you're projecting around you. So you'll experience that, you know, through everyone and on everyone around you. So it's really important for you to understand that. If you heal your inner child and people try to provoke you still, it won't affect you anymore. Absolutely, you already know it's not going to affect you. So firstly, you're not going to get provoked because the only reason why certain things happen is for your healing. So people provoke you in the hopes that you realise that's saying more about you than them. Well, if you're healed, there's nothing that anyone can say that's going to provoke you. How you will take it is literally like, let's say my blazer is white and someone says, you've got a pink blazer on. What's that going to do? Absolutely nothing. So you're not going to get triggered because you're secure. The whole point of healing is for you to feel safe and secure in your own body. Well, nothing and no one's going to take you out of that safety and insecurity because it's what you are doing within your own body. What determines if a person has a inner child wound? Do all people have it? So you will absolutely know if you have an inner child wound. You will know because of the way that your life is. If you are thriving and happy in every single area, then you're operating from a healed inner child. If you are having issues, if the same thing keeps happening over and over, if you have any thoughts of lack, if you have any thoughts of lack, any doubt, worry, scarcity, fear, abandonment wound, anything like that, then that's you operating from a wounded inner child. So you will know straight away. I was very, very physically abused as a kid. I did a lot of therapy, etc., complex PTSD. Is there a way to heal with this? Yeah, because any mental illness, anything from derealization, depersonalization, OCD, BPD, intrusive thoughts, paranoia, anxiety, depression, narcissistic tendencies, all of that is coming from a wounded inner child, which is literally you disconnected in the universe, because your universe is within you as everything is within you. So when you're disconnected within, everything adds on to the disconnect that you feel. So if you go to the doctors, they'll say you have a mental illness. You'll also have an attachment style that is anything but secure. You'll be anxiously attached or an avoidantly attached or a bit of both. So any of this and all of this can be healed from you healing your inner child, because that's you feeling safe and secure in your own body. Well, there's no need for these intrusive thoughts, OCD, BPD, all of that, because you know exactly who you are and you are secure in your body. Anxious and avoidant. Yeah, you can be a mixture of both. You can definitely be a mixture of both. And in those moments, you can really be an anxiously attached, but then you can switch. As soon as they become available and there for you, you could then become avoidant and pull back. And then as soon as they pull back again, you become anxiously attached, because it's energy dynamics. What if I've missed out on relationships with my nieces and nephews? Do I have to let them go too? You've not missed out on anything. Again, you're the one creating your own reality. So any relationship that you would like, that's up to you. That's up to you to determine. Determine. No one else. Your reality is coming from your own imagination. You've created that dynamic in the first place with how you feel. So I'm not sure if someone is still in here. They said, when will you end the live today? Hi, me again. I'm going to ask a question, but it will be in a few comments as not. Absolutely, guys, ask your questions. Please stop saying that. That's really just weird. Please stop. Please just stop doing that. But guys, yeah, ask all your questions. Ask away. And if you have any questions on inner child healing, then also let me know. And we will go over things that you have, any questions. But yeah, guys, the prices will be going up tonight. End of tonight, I'm going to put the prices up to what it says next to them. So if you want to be part of the program or you want a personalized session, then that's the perfect place for you to take action. As tomorrow, there'll be the prices next to them. But guys, also, if you just want to consume content, you can follow my YouTube, because there are hundreds and hundreds of hours of content that you can consume, and you can do that right now. So there's no excuse to start. You can start right now. When we realise that the beliefs we hold about our traumas are just... Okay, I'll let you type that and then I will come and read it. Guys, ask your questions. Ask away. Any questions that you have, ask them. Okay, let's have a look, guys. Let's have a look where your question was. So, hi, me again. I'm going to ask a question, but it will be in a few comments as not enough room. When we realise that the beliefs we hold about our traumas are just thoughts, and what we are oh, thank you. Guys, I've got so many playlists on YouTube. There's hundreds and hundreds of hours of content that you can be watching. Hours and hours. For free. Okay, let me just read that again. When we realise that the beliefs that we hold about our traumas are just thoughts, and what we are holding on attachment to. It's just a thought and we observe the thought. Do we still go in and do? So the inner healing, it takes accountability to even do the inner healing, which means that you are aware that you have picked up thoughts and beliefs that do not serve you, and you know that they are related to childhood. So you know that they don't serve you. But to do the healing, you have to have that level of awareness. And this is why you can find a whole society or world full of people that's operating from a wounded inner child, because they're lacking the accountability and the self-awareness that it's them. So you can absolutely know what's going on and still do the inner child healing. That's the whole point, because you're not going to be someone that is going to do the healing if you're unaware. There's so many people with a wounded inner child, but they're not going to do the healing because they lack that accountability. They would rather point the finger at everyone else apart from them. So they don't think they need to heal. Hopefully I explained that right. Hard to actually put into words. Well, was that what you were meaning anyway? Thank you. You're very welcome. So this is why that's the first step, really, into healing. Think about it. There's so many people that would really benefit from it, but until they get to that first step of actually, oh wow, I'm creating it all, okay, I would like to change it, well then they're never going to go into the change, are they? Are the YouTube videos different to the Self-Love Transformation Program? Well, yeah, absolutely, because there's no videos in the program. There's one attached to when you go to the page that says Everyone Is You Pushed Out. But the program is Inner Child Healing Documents, and you get weekly group sessions all the way till August. The YouTube videos are for anyone to watch at any time they would like. I do feel once we take responsibility, the end result can only be a positive. Well, yeah, because you're taking that responsibility, the accountability now. You're showing up for yourself and being the parent to your inner child. Yes, she responded well, and I understand I've been doing a lot of work. So guys, any questions on inner child healing? If anyone has any questions about the program, if they would like more detail on the program or the personalized session, please let me know. Guys, any questions on self-love transformation program or the personalized session? And if we have someone in here called Annie, please let me know if you are here in the comments. Someone called Annie, thank you. Yeah, absolutely. This is what we have. These are the documents. Self-love transformation program. You get documents, inner child healing documents, step by step, what's going on, where your beliefs came from, how your brain is operating, so therefore what you should do step by step to show up as the parent to your inner child. And then you get weekly group sessions all the way till August. We go over those documents every single week, and you get a session on Zoom every single week. And the prices will definitely be going up tonight, because that is a lot that you're going to get. Personalised. Where does it go? Personalised session, please. So the personalised session is, say you have a specific area, you keep attracting the same person in a different body, or let's say you keep having the same pattern of behaviour play out over and over. That would be perfect for you, as I go over how you attracted that in the first place, what's going on, and what you can do going forward. That's also perfect for children. If someone's getting bullied at school, it's also perfect for couples as well. So you would get that sent via email as a video form. Anything going on after August? Yeah, so all the people that have the Self-Love Transformation Program, you get group sessions all the way till August. After August, we'll have something else to take its place. So we can have regular chats. I can keep sending you information, downloads and all of that. So you'll always be getting something. You'll always be benefiting. Is being in a free state, taking action, feels heavy a result of wounded inner child? Yeah, because you don't, this is basically what your body's saying. I don't know where to start. What if we mess up? Where do we even start? That's what your body is saying when it's in a free state. It's thinking of all the ways that could possibly go wrong if you take action. All the ways that, you know, all the doubt will be coming. Even if they're not the thoughts you're having, your body's telling you in that free state. It's like in a shock. Like, what do we do? Where do we start? What if things go wrong? But despite how you feel, you have to show up. You have to show up for yourself despite how you feel. You have to allow yourself to feel, however, and just do the action. Take the steps, right? You can consume all you like, but there'll be a certain point in time when you want to take that action, because you'll be consuming so much, it will be time to take action. The 30-day will help, yeah. So in the Inner Child Healing document, you have 30-day self-love transformation. You have a question to ask yourself every single day, and you have steps to follow for at least 30 days. So I could just have that on its own, right? But then I also have added every single week to have a weekly group session all the way till August. And then after August, you're still going to be supported. There's going to be something even bigger and better to take its place. So I'm thinking even it should go up more than what I'm going to put it up to. Because this is priceless. There's no price that you can set on it. It's valuable and it's life-changing stuff. You know, at the moment, it's cheaper to change your whole life than to go out on a night out, which doesn't really make sense to me. I was like that, watched so many videos, and now I can't wait to do the program. What's the worst that could happen? And then after 30 days, we'll start again. How long does the Zoom sessions last for? 1 hour? What day and time? All the information is in the link, and all the information you'll get on the confirmation email. So does anyone have anything that they would like to put, well, me to go through on the board? Guys, if you have any video ideas, let me know, because I've been writing them down. We've got quantum healing, how to set boundaries, how to quit victim mentality, and how to love yourself. So if any of you have any video ideas, let me know and we'll write it down. And if you have anything that you would like us to go over on the board, let me know. And then obviously anything on inner child healing. Any questions? Now that you've done a lot of work, do you still have to heal? Is it ongoing? So this is how I'm going to explain it to you right now. Think about the fact, right, this is how I'm going to explain it. So simple to you guys. Let's say you are extremely overweight and you want to get your dream body. You want to be skinny, right? Let's just say that's your ideal dream body. So you put in the work and oh my gosh, now you're skinny. You've got your dream body. Well, does that mean you go back to your old habits and become fat again? Or do you maintain that body by implementing what you've learned and carry on doing that every day so you can continue having your dream body? It's like that. You become the parent to your inner child, and it's not like you wake up one day, oh, that's it, I'm going to stop being the parent to my inner child now. No, it's a lifestyle choice. You continue showing up for yourself every single day, being that parent to your inner child. Thank you so much for sharing the live, guys. I really, really appreciate it. And all of the likes, please can we tap and like? I've never said that before, but first time for everything. So nurture the inner child, yeah, because they're always within you. So yeah, they're always within you. It's like you're not gonna heal your inner child, become your own best friend, and then one day neglect them and think, you know what, I'm not going to be my own best friend anymore. Let's just abandon them. Oh, then you're going to go back to having the abandonment wound, right? So think about it, just like I mentioned with being skinny. It's something that you show up for yourself. Okay, you love it, you have it now, absolutely amazing. Well, to keep it, you show up for yourself. Well, that's brilliant. You're always taking accountability. Thank you so much for the heart and the roses. So that's the most perfect way of saying it. And yeah, sometimes I think it's good to use other examples of other things, right? Because you get an understanding. Thank you so much, guys, for sharing. And thank you for the likes, everyone. I really appreciate it. The reason why I'm saying to like and to share is because I would love this information to go worldwide, everywhere. I'm already going to be going into primary schools and high schools, universities, doctors, hospitals, old people's homes. I'm going to be going everywhere and spreading the word. So it is just good to, you know, while I'm here, spread it online as well. Thank you so much, guys. You know what I'm going to watch today? I'm going to watch the film Inception, because yesterday I explained what I did to heal my inner child, which includes my dream state. And then someone said Inception, and I was like, what's that? And apparently I was explaining exactly what happens in Inception. So I am going to be watching that. But yeah, guys, you can use your dreams to absolutely enhance your reality. Your dreams are just as real as your reality. They're just as real as each other. What's that on? Apparently Inception is about dreams, and it's got Leonardo DiCaprio in it. Oh, you can watch it on, I think, maybe Prime. It's on Apple TV. What about for a video, how habits in childhood are formed? Okay, I'm really glad you said that. So in the programme, that is what is in the programme. How childhood habits are formed, how your beliefs are formed. So we can do an in-depth video of that, but that's in the programme. Where your beliefs came from, how your childhood has absolutely everything to do with your life. Look, everything links back to childhood. And then we have pages of what that means, what's going on, all of that. So we do have that in the programme, but we can do other videos on that as well. How habits in childhood are formed. Yeah, that's a great one, actually. We'll do an in-depth one. Let me write that down. How habits in childhood are formed. Perfect. Right, let me just see any more. Now okay. Where does the wound come from? Idea for the board. Okay, we'll do that again. We'll do that. We'll do that on the main board. Where does the wound come from? Everything comes from childhood, but we'll go over that. So nurture the inner child, thank you. Yes. What's what on Sophie? Do you mean the movie? You're the second person to talk about it. I'm going to watch it again now. Thanks so much for everything. Inception is amazing, and soundtrack. Oh, does it have a good soundtrack? Oh my gosh, I love movies with a good soundtrack. I love movies with a good soundtrack. I don't remember if anyone remembers this, because it is quite, well, I think I was in like year 7 or something. It's called One Tree Hill. I don't know why I used to love that soundtrack. I think it was only like one song, but I used to listen to it on repeat. Okay. Oh yeah, do make sure everyone, you are also watching Inception. I think that would be a great film for everyone. Yeah, I just read your comment now. I think I'm going to watch that too. Just after I said that. I think you need to do a documentary on TV. Absolutely. Guys, have you heard of Gaia TV? It's like TV on consciousness, aliens, near-death experiences, all of that. I would definitely be having episodes on there. 1000%. I already know that I will. So you'll see me on the screen, you'll see me on TV, and you'll be like, oh my gosh, I know her. Do you like Neville Goddard? I love him, yeah. I love him so much. He literally has said that he married his wife for a week. He pretended that he had he pretended he had a wedding ring on his finger for a week. And the 7th day, that's when he met his wife. So any questions on inner child healing? What we're going to do, as someone has asked, is where does the wound come from? We'll go over that now. Everything comes from childhood, so all of the wounds come from your childhood. Yes, they play out after childhood, but they come from childhood. And it can be a number of wounds, right? Any type of trauma, abuse and neglect that you experience as a child impacts your self-concept. So any abuse, trauma and neglect, and you operate from a low self-concept. Well, because your life is the mirror, how you see yourself is also how you see the world, which means you see the world in a low way. You are connected to source energy, every single person is, but when you are children, there's no resistance. But you start having resistance when you realise when you give love, you don't receive it back in the same way. Let's say, for example, you've been at school or nursery or whatever, or you're painting a picture and you want to show your parents. So you go and show them, but they end up being on the phone and they say, look, I'm busy, I'm on the phone. Rejection. That's going to feel like a bullet at your heart. Rejection, right? And let's say that always kept happening. So you're always being rejected every time you're happy and you want to show something, but they're just too busy on the phone or whatever they're doing. This is rejection. So what happens is you now hold on to this rejection wound. And because your body and your brain doesn't know the difference between you and another person, even though you're feeling that because of your parents, your body thinks that you are rejecting yourself. So now when you go to school and you show up, you have this rejection wound. You automatically think people are going to leave you. People are going to leave you out. People are going to judge you, be mean to you, all of that. Because you're holding on to this rejection wound. Well, now, as an adult, again, the rejection wound is an abandonment wound. So it could be 30 plus years later. You are still operating from that rejection wound. Okay, you can call it an abandonment wound. But that's in your program, which is 95% of your brain's activity. And that was formed as a child. So you experienced it at school, high school, uni, work, all of it. It doesn't matter how old you are. Let's put plus 50 years. If you don't heal your inner child, you are still going to be operating from rejection wound. And it's actually you are rejecting a part of yourself. You are rejecting your inner child. You're not connecting to them. You're not listening to them, loving them, accepting them, appreciating them. You are ignoring them, pushing them to the side. So now, every time you meet people, it could be your boss, it could be your romantic partner, it could be a stranger. They are always validating that you have a rejection wound. So they're always going to threaten to leave you or act out in ways that make this wound so heightened for you. And again, that could be your boss at work, a random stranger, your romantic relationship, family, friends, anyone. because it's actually what's going on for you. That is the reason that external is that way. And it all links back to childhood. So in the Self-Love Transformation Program, you have in the document how everything links back to childhood. It says everything here. You'll understand it as soon as you read it, what the subconscious is, what the conscious is, what's the responsibility of them, what do they do, how your childhood has an effect on the now, right? Because it's affecting everything. It doesn't matter how old you are. If you were rejected as a child, look, plus 50, and you're still attracting people that are rejecting you, because you are actually rejecting yourself by holding on to that rejection wound. Your body, your imagination, does not know the difference between you and another individual. It knows that separation is an illusion. So when you're holding on to this rejection wound, your body thinks that you must hate who you are and you're rejecting yourself. And look, you have your inner child next to you, but it has a cross in them because you've completely ignored them, you've abandoned them. And now people are going to abandon you because that's what you're doing internally. You are always going to get validated what you are doing internally. Well, look, you are literally abandoning yourself. So people must come into your life and abandon you. But it's because that is what you are doing to yourself. Exactly. So everyone is mirroring back to you who you believe you are. In every moment, mirroring back to you who you believe you are. As part of the program, we could have homework this week to watch. Inception. Oh, that's a good idea. You do have homework. Every single week we add on to the homework, and it's just habits that you are going to implement every single day, and you're going to end up doing it without even second thinking it. But we could do something like that as well. That's such a good idea. Have like a homework for people that includes something that's like watching a piece of content or a film that's going to be really beneficial for them. That's such a good idea. What a great idea. Let me write that on the board as a homework idea. I'm going to put homework idea movie. That's so great. And then what we can even do as well is watch a movie, and then you have to write at least 3 or 5 points that you took from that movie. And then we can discuss them, what everyone's points were. That's such a great thing. That's such a fun piece of homework as well. What a great idea. Let's go down. Exactly. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad that you said that. That is incredible. That is incredible. Even if they're innocent, we won't see past our wounds. Oh my gosh. That's so true. That is so true. You could have someone come into your life that's the most sweetest whatever person. Yeah, they've got their own wounds, but they're not doing anything to you. But because you're operating from anger, it's going to appear they're making you so angry. But from their point of view, they're just trying to love you more. But you are seeing it as, oh my gosh, why are they keeping irritating me? They're doing it on purpose. They're getting on my nerves. So you're only seeing people for who you are. Your wounds get into play. Your wounds take over because you can only see from that level of wound, right? It's, oh my gosh, I'm so glad that you said that, because when I go out in the world, I can see how disconnected everyone is to each other. I can see which wounds are coming into play when people are interacting, and I can see that no one's actually seeing each other for who they are. They are seeing each other for their own emotional wounds, and I can see it. So I'm so glad that you said that, because that is so true. And until you heal, you're just going to be one of them. You know, thinking people are pissing you off, annoying you, putting you down, making you feel small. But your wound is getting in the way. That's how you're perceiving the interaction, because of what's going on for you internally. So I'm so glad that you said that. That is such an amazing point. Right, let's go down. So after the course, I got a lot of apologising to do, lol. You don't have to go back and do anything. You just do things differently from now. Do people you attract and treated you badly still get karma since you treated them with kindness? Do people you attract and treated you badly? Those people, again, source, creator, universe, will show up for them when the time is right and put things in their path when the time is right. But even if you are kind to someone and overgiving and overloving, again, why would you put someone else above you if you see they're disrespecting you as well? Does that not mean you get karma as well for not thinking that you're good enough and that you're not worthy? For belittling yourself? Is it hard for you to witness the disconnect? Well, that's why I'm really, really passionate about inner child healing. Because if everyone can heal and connect within, we would not be living in a world of disconnect. I was wondering what inspired you to do this for people. Was it like an experience? So I've always been a psychic medium from a young child. And of course, speaking and getting messages through, that's fine. But I've always wanted to do something more than that, right? I want to do something that's actually going to help every single person. Getting a message from a relative, that's great, but how's that going to impact your life? Yeah, it can give you clarity, but the real change is you healing your inner child. And that's what anyone would say to you now anyway. Because if they got a chance to come back, that's exactly what they would do. Heal their inner child so they can experience a loving life. So I'm just doing the work that your ancestors, if they knew this information, they would be doing. For some reason, I'm born with this information and knowledge. So let's see. So we'll go over the board as well if anyone has any other things that they would like to go over. On the board of ideas, that are video ideas, we have quantum healing, how to set boundaries, how to quit victim mentality, how to love yourself, and how habits in childhood are formed. So if anyone has anything they would like to add to that board, let me know. And if anyone would like to go over something on the big board, let me know as well. And if you have any questions on inner child healing, then also let me know in the comments. And guys, the prices for both those things will be going up. And if you just want to consume content, there is hours of worth of videos for free that you can be watching. And there are so many different playlists on YouTube. There is something for every single person. Every single person. So you're saying, whoa, we're so lucky to have found you, but you found me. Oh, I found you at the perfect time. You were guided to me. When we heal ourselves, we end up healing ancestral generational trauma. Absolutely. Yes, well done. That's so true. Let's tag that. I'm pinning that at the top. When you heal your inner child, you are taking on the role of healing your whole ancestral line, your whole bloodline. Because now when you have children, you're not bringing that trauma down to the children. They're going to live a completely different life, all because of you healing. So absolutely, let me read the end bit of that. When we heal ourselves, we end up healing ancestral generational trauma. Do your guides say thank you? You get to experience the most loving, joyful, happy life ever. So that comes with healing your inner child. Yes, you heal your whole bloodline as well, but it's also benefiting you just as much as it benefits everyone else to come. Thank you so much, guys, for but if you are doing this work, of course you are helped. You have, your ancestors with you all the time. Spirit team, spirit guides, they're all the time. But when you are doing this work, especially because now you're taking the action, well, they can now take action. For example, your guides, ancestors are always around you. But if you're always doing the exact same thing, you're always thinking the exact same and feeling the exact same emotion, what can they actually do? They can only show up the exact same ways they always have because you're doing the same. But when you take action, that's when they can also take action. They're just waiting for you to take that action, honestly, because there's only so much they can do before you actually take that leap of faith, take that action, right? Otherwise, they're just like sat there. They're just there watching you do the exact same thing every single day. Well, there's not really much intervening for them to do then, really, is there? Because you're not doing anything different. You're not showing up differently. You're not healing. Guys, thank you so much. Thank you. If I start healing myself, and I believe I will I attract the right person? Absolutely, obviously. You are only going to attract the right person when you have healed. Otherwise, you're going to attract people on the level of wounds that you are operating at. Let's say you're done being on your own now, you want to have a relationship, but you know there's still some healing for you to do. Well, you'll attract someone that mirrors back to you the healing that you have left to do. So is it really that amazing of a relationship? I mean, when you heal, you're going to attract that, yeah. But until then, they're only going to mirror back the wounds that you already are dealing with. With me doing the work, will it ripple to my mum and sis? They don't want to do the work. Okay, that just says it right there. If someone doesn't want to do the work, they don't want to take accountability, they don't want to heal. You cannot heal someone that doesn't want to heal. You can be a guide for people that do want to heal, but again, it's actually them healing themselves. You're just a guide, but you can't actually heal anyone. Like, I have hours worth of content out there. I can be a perfect guide, but I can't physically heal everyone. I can't physically heal you. You have to do the work to heal, because it comes from you, right? And if people are saying they don't want to do the work, trust me, you're going to waste your time trying. If they don't want to do the work, they don't want to do the work. And nothing's going to change that. Because people have to want to change for them to do the work. Because it requires action. So just focus on you and focus on the fact that you want to do the work. That's the main thing. Don't wait for other people to want to do it. Don't try and force other people to want to do it. You do it for you, and that's the main thing. That's all you can do. You're not responsible for anyone else or their healing. They are all responsible for their own journey. Everyone is in their own individual reality. So people are going to do whatever they want to do. So do we have any video ideas to write on the little board? Anything to go over on the big board, or any questions on inner child healing? The personalised session or the self-love transformation program? So healing inner child, you don't need to research neurodivergent labels. Thanks, that helps. Sometimes so hard to witness them not doing the work and seeing their pain. So wound healing is basically what we went through over the board just before. A rejection wound is an abandonment wound. And you can get that from multiple different scenarios. So we use one example on the board, but of course there's hundreds of different dynamics that play out for you to have that wound, right? Rejection wound. So if someone has something in particular, then we can go over. But a rejection wound comes from childhood, and it comes from feeling rejected from your caregivers. Well, it could be anything. It could be your parents showing up hot and cold, not knowing if they're going to be happy or sad, therefore walking on eggshells around them. Again, if you're someone like that, you now will have a tendency to shrink yourself, because that's what you had to do as a child to make sure everyone was okay around you. You will also have people-pleasing tendencies, always being there, making sure everyone else's needs are met, but putting yours to the side, because that's what you would have experienced as a child, always making sure your parents are okay, being the parent to your parents because they lacked emotional intelligence. So a rejection wound could come from anything from your parents ignoring you, your parents not showing up, giving you the same energy back that you are giving to them, saying they're busy when you want to interact with them. It could be one parent is actually absent, okay? And then you have one parent that seems like they're being too much. And that creates a panic within you and a disconnect, because you don't know how to handle the love when you have one parent that is never there, but then you have another parent that keeps showing up too much. It's like you feel like, oh, who can I trust? What's going on? Right? So all of these dynamics come from childhood, and they all make you feel a certain type of way that you either heal, which is healing your inner child, or you hold on to, which is you recreating the trauma in the present moment and in the future. Thank you so, so much, guys, for all of the likes, and thank you for sharing as well. I really appreciate that. Let's spread the word out and get it to as many people as possible. Okay? Thank you for someone who, is it Jill? You will now receive a confirmation email. In the confirmation email, it will let you know that you will receive a Zoom link at least a day before the group meetings. So welcome on your journey. I am excited to have you here, and it only goes up from here. So well done for taking the action. So yeah, guys, we can have any type of rejection wound. We can have people-pleasing tendencies coming from childhood. We can have a fear of being seen linked to childhood. Okay, an abandonment wound, same as rejection wound. BPD coming from your emotional set point at a child. OCD, intrusive thoughts, paranoia, bipolar, derealization, depersonalization, anxiety, everything linking back to your experience as a child. And when you are a child, between the ages of 0 to 8, your brain is in a state called theta. That is the most programmable state for your brain to be in. What this actually means is everything that you consume during these ages as a child is going straight into the subconscious. Well, the subconscious is the program. Look at the board. It's formed as a child. And guys, all of that is written in the Self-Love Transformation Program. All of that's written in there. So it's all formed as a child. Now, as an adult, you are operating from that program. Well, that program is all based on what happened to you as a child, what you saw and what you consumed. And that has now formed your perception of you and therefore your perception of the world. So any type of trauma, abuse and neglect impacts your self-concept. And because your life is the mirror, that means it impacts the way that you see the world. And now what happens is you recreate trauma. You keep recreating what you've gone through with other people, with strangers, with different people. It follows you everywhere. Until you heal your inner child, you are recreating the trauma that happened to you during childhood. So you will meet people, you will have relationships, and you will mirror the dynamic that you had as a child. So you'll meet your mum or your dad in your romantic partner, and they will mirror back to you the lack of love that you received as a child. And this will keep happening over and over and over again until you heal your inner child. Because whatever you are holding on to, it doesn't matter if you are directing it towards a certain individual. Your body and your imagination believes that that must be true, and it believes that that must be what you feel about you. If you are holding on to an abandonment wound, you are worried that people are going to abandon you. You are abandoning yourself, and your body and your imagination thinks that you don't like who you are and that you're abandoning yourself. So people are going to mirror that you abandon yourself. Let's say you're holding on to anger tailored towards a specific individual. Again, your body and your imagination does not know the difference between you and everyone else. It knows and sees that separation is an illusion. So your body and your imagination thinks, oh my gosh, they must really hate themselves. So the mirror being your life will now put people in your path to mirror the fact that you hate who you are. These people are going to act out in ways to make you angry, and that's the mirror effect. So whatever you are doing to yourself, you are projecting that externally, and you're doing to everyone around you. Everything links back to childhood. You are either an individual operating from a wounded, which is a traumatized inner child, or a healed inner child. You are one of two. Which one are you? Right, let's see. Any comments? Guys, I'm just going up quickly now, seeing if there's any comments. Oops. Exactly. Someone's saying that you have BPD, ADHD, all of that. That's not doing anything. That's just like saying, oh yeah, your leg is bleeding. Yeah, it is bleeding. But no one's helping you understand why it's bleeding. That's what happens when you go to the doctors. That's literally the same thing. Let's say I've got a bleeding leg. I go to the doctors. They will say, yep, your leg is bleeding. Your leg's bleeding. Yep. That's it. They're not going to say anything else, really. So inner child healing is healing. It's not just saying, yep, this is what you have, bye. And it's not putting you on a pill. That makes sense. Parents are wounded too. Yep. Parents are either operating from a healed inner child or a traumatized inner child. And same with their parents and so on and so forth. That's where you get generational trauma. Honestly, the people pleasing has been the hardest and something I will always have to work on. You can absolutely heal. When you heal your inner child, you please yourself. You're no longer going out your way to make sure everyone around you is okay, because you feel safe and secure in your own body. I'm so excited. Whoa. Make space for the right people. Let me just go up. Make space mentally for the right people. Yeah, guys, if you're holding on to things that are not for you, there's no space to allow room for what is, right? Because you're clinging so tightly. But these people are not for you. And until you let go, the people that are for you cannot come in. There's no room. You're not allowing the space for them. So you have to trust yourself. You have to trust the universe. You have to know that there are people out there that want to come into your life and love you and respect you and validate you, accept you, appreciate you. But they can only come in once you start doing that to you. In the process, you let go of all the things and people that are no longer for you, because they are actually keeping you stuck. They're keeping you from meeting the right people. My English isn't perfect. Someone got me so angry last night, it was a mad trigger. To the point I blocked them. Okay, so what was that person showing you about who you believe you are? That's what I would be asking myself. My reactions to certain people's provocatives labels are crazy. BPD, bipolar, BPD, ADHD. He is too slow. He puts me to wait over 45 minutes. He is not actually normal. Okay. So you want someone that's going to be there for you and show up and be emotionally available. Well, that's perfect then. Don't go back. Work on yourself. Go within, be there for you, and now you'll mirror someone back, because that's showing you that you are not being there for yourself emotionally. So you're attracting someone that is not there for you emotionally, because it's a mirror. So as soon as you go within and you connect, now you'll attract someone that shows up for you. Then he comes with loads of explainings. What happens if my family members that are physically violently harming you? And are you in that household with them? Whoa, good point. Yeah, absolutely. Because it's good, because it's showing you that this person, right, is not the kind of person that you would like. Thank you so much for the heart. This person is not the type of person that you want. That's perfect. So now you know what you don't want. You know what you do want. Now focus on you so you can attract that. Thank you so much for the roses. So focus all on you. And remember, your specific person is you. Your specific person is you. They are mirroring back to you who you believe you are. So if someone's showing up in your life, and let's say they're an avoidant and you're anxiously attached, and they are emotionally unavailable, they're showing you, okay, and they're literally mirroring back to you that you are not there for yourself, that you don't listen to yourself, that you are not there for yourself emotionally, because you want this person to show up and replace the fact that you are not there for you emotionally. But they can only mirror back to you that you are not there for yourself. And you can change that dynamic by going within and healing and connecting to yourself. Can you put the link here so I don't have to leave this live? Okay, let me put the link here, guys. I just did inner child meditation. Ooh. I'm sending hearts from an appreciation perspective, not people pleasing. Would you still like me to put the link in here? Interesting. One more when somebody's trying to harm you. Guys, you have to go within you. It's like when people get bullied at school. Someone could physically be bullying you or mentally bullying you. Why are they bullying you? Because of what's going on for you internally. Oh, thank you for the ice cream. Someone will harm you or try to harm you if you are living in fear and insecurity, because that's adding on to the fact that you are fearful and insecure. Yes, 30-minute long before coming here. I also journal why he triggers me. That's so perfect. There was someone that came on yesterday and she said, what's a good way to know my wounds? What's a good way for me to be the observer of them? And then we said, if you have a journal, right, and then leading up to when you get those feelings and you get triggered, write down what your leading thoughts were, how it made you feel, and therefore what went on. And she said that's such a good idea. So now she's going to carry like a little journal with her and literally write down every time she gets triggered, so she can become the observer of what's going on. So did you find that from YouTube as well, the inner child one? I thought that I have to work with him because I need to find out more about my own triggers. Okay, so are you still gonna allow him in your life, or? I've seen a lot of violence in my childhood. You have to go within. You have to go within. If you're operating from fear, then people are adding on to your fear. So yeah, if you are insecure and fearful, people are adding on to that. If you are scared and fearful, that's why people will harm you. But you just... I know, I asked you, what are you going to do now? Because you sent a message saying, I thought that I have to work with him because I need to find out more about my own triggers. So I just asked, oh, so does that mean that you're keeping him in your life? Because I don't know what you're going to do. I have no idea. But you just clarify, I should keep waiting, and I do not need it. He likes me a lot, however. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much. Yes, it only goes up from here, guys. So the price is going to go up at midnight. So make for the personalised session and the programme. So if you want to make the most of that, then make sure you do. I'm not sure why this comment is. For not like his behaviour and slow, he is like a snail or a turtle. He is not healing. Okay, like I originally said, you should focus on you anyway and go within. So do we have anything that people want to go over on the board? What should we go over? Okay, let's go. We do this one a lot, but we'll just go over it again. So relationship. We're going to do a relationship dynamic. So this person is a mirror. This is you and that is them. But this person is actually you because they are you pushed out. So they are a direct reflection of what you are doing internally in your own body. So they are mirroring back to you who you believe you are. So although they appear separate, they are actually you pushed out. You are projecting your consciousness onto them. They are validating it and it's coming straight back. And this is what goes on. So let's say you are operating from a healed inner child. You are operating from a healed inner child, so you feel complete within. There's no disconnect because you are complete within your own universe. Healing your inner child is literally you being connected to the whole universe. The whole universe is within you. So your feelings are safety and security. That's your output. That's what you're projecting. Safety and security. And that's what is being validated and coming straight back to you. So when you have healed your inner child, you are operating from feeling safe and secure. You have a high self-concept because you know who you are. You know what you deserve. You know your worth. Because you have healed your inner child, this is you accepting yourself, validating yourself, appreciating yourself, loving who you are. Now, this person comes along again and they are validating what's going on. Well, this person's going to show you how safe you are and how secure you are because they're going to add on to your feelings of safety and security. They're going to add on to the fact that you feel complete within and that you are operating from a high self-concept. And they are also going to add on to the fact that you have healed your inner child. So this is what everyone wants to aim to, is to attract healthy, loving, genuine relationships. And the way you go about that is by healing your inner child. This kind of relationship can be any dynamic. So it can be romantic, it can be friends, it can be strangers, it can be family. Because whatever's going on for you internally, people outside of you, their only job is to validate what's going on, and then it's coming straight back to you every single time. So as you can imagine, it's all to do with what you are doing internal. Nothing outside of you, everything's within you. There's absolutely nothing outside of you. This is just your creation. So you are seeing that person for you, because they are actually you pushed out. You experience them from your consciousness. So when you heal your inner child, these are the dynamics that you encounter. You're going to have loving, healthy relationships in every single area because of what you are doing internally within your own being. Who are you being? You are getting more people, things, objects, circumstances to experience to add on to who you are being, right? As you can imagine now, if we're operating from the other end and we're going to change it to a wounded inner child. So let's rub them out and let's change it. Let's say you are operating from a wounded inner child. So you are operating from insecurity and feelings of unsafety. So your output is fear. So this person, your relationship, family, boss, strangers, have to validate that you are living in fear. They have to act out in ways. They have to do things to make you fearful, because that's your projection of your consciousness externally, and it's coming right back at you from them validating what's going on for you. So let's put here wounded inner child. So you are disconnected. You are disconnected within, which means everything and everyone around you is going to add on to the fact that you feel disconnected. People are going to act out in ways to confirm that you are disconnected to your inner child. So you are operating from a low self-concept. This person's adding on to the fact that you are living in fear, that you are disconnected, that you are operating from a wounded inner child, and that you have a low self-concept. You also are going to have a void that you now want to fill, but only people and everything outside of you can add on to that void, because the answer to replacing the void is healing your inner child, because that void will change to feeling complete. The only reason that you have a void is because of the lack of love that you are giving yourself. Because you are disconnected to your inner child, you are starving yourself from love. You're not operating from the heart space, you are operating from the head space, and you are listening to that ego, which is the wounded inner child. So it's all about how you feel internally. If you feel unsafe sometimes, your outer reality is going to add on to that. So you'll encounter things that make you feel unsafe. I love you. Thank you so, so much. You are so welcome. Explain this so well, can resonate. Guys, look, when you start showing up for yourself and you're taking the action, you are being that parent to your inner child, you will experience a completely different reality. A completely different reality. because the only reason why it is the way that it is because of what you are doing within right now. Your deep-rooted beliefs. Well, do they serve you? Are they of lack, limitation, worry, doubt, fear? Are you paranoid, anxious? Do you have intrusive thoughts? BPD, bipolar, derealization, depersonalization? All of this is coming from you being disconnected within your own body. It literally feels like you and your inner child are separated, but your inner child is you. So if you're separated from your inner child, that looks like you living a life just being disconnected. You're disconnected, and things happen and add on to the fact that you are disconnected. Well, think about your strangers. Think about your encounters with strangers. Okay, you're going to have an encounter. You're going to be left feeling confused, thinking about what the hell were they on about? Okay, all thoughts of doubt, fear, whatever. If you are disconnected within, everything can only add on to the fact that you feel disconnected. If you feel a certain way, doesn't matter how that feels, you are going to get more things to add on to those feelings, because you get more of who you are being. And you get that through people, situations, circumstances to encounter, strangers you bump into. Everything and everyone is all an orchestration. All these people you are meeting to mirror back what's going on for you internally. And this is why you're not going to have people in your life that are there forever. They're not supposed to be, because they serve a perfect point in your life when you are wounded, but now you've healed your inner child, they no longer are necessary in your life. But they were at one point, so you can love them from a distance. But now you're attracting people that's going to benefit you, that's going to appreciate you, love you, because that's what you are doing to yourself. So whatever you are doing, you are going to get more of to experience. Whatever you are not doing, you are certainly not going to get more of that. You are only going to get more of the person that you are being. You are only going to get more of the person that you are being. Thank you so much for sharing, guys, and thank you so much for liking. Would love to get this out to absolutely everyone. If people stop talking, it's okay if you're connected to your inner child. Do you mean if people start talking about you? People only talk about you if you are insecure, because you worry about their opinion. But when you heal your inner child, you don't care for other people's approval. You approve yourself. You're not living for the validation of other people, because you validate yourself. Inner Daniel is a king. I love the name, 888. I love that. Just got out of relationship with a DA. Oh my God, what a life lesson. Woo, I'm excited. Let's go down. If people stop talking to you, avoid you, this can trigger abandonment, so inner child work is a must. Guys, what would you like to go over on the board? Yeah, because if you are operating insecure, an abandonment wound, if someone leaves you, that triggers the wound. But if you are healed and someone leaves you, well, it's not going to do anything, right? Because you're not going to be attached to the fact that they've left you. If you stand up for yourself, you can get cut off. If you stand up for yourself and people now don't want to be in your life, they never respected you in the first place. So why would you want them in your circle anyway? Because if you're holding on to people that are not for you, like I've mentioned, you've got no space to allow in the people that are. So you need to stand up for yourself to allow the people that disrespect you away from you. So you can actually allow people that are for you into your life. And that's the most perfect way to do it. By respecting yourself, sticking up for yourself, and having boundaries. If people don't respect your boundaries, they never respected you in the first place. And they actually only liked you when they were getting something from you when you had no boundaries. Because they liked how you made them feel. Thank you so much for the rose. So cutting off people, if you're surrounded by people that are not for you, that's absolutely essential. You don't want people clinging onto your energy. You don't want to, be worrying or doubtful of what they're going to say, what they're going to do, all of that. That realization is so sad. I've been mocked for so long. Again, you've put up with it for so long because you disrespect who you are. So you put up with the disrespect. As soon as you respect who you are, the slightest bit of disrespect and you're turned all the way off. You're not going to hang around with people that disrespect you when you respect yourself. But when you disrespect who you are, that's when you hang around with people that also disrespect you. Because it's something that you do, so you're familiar with it, right? It's a normal thing for you. It's like when you love yourself 100%, someone comes along and wants to come into your energy, but only love you 5%. Well, why would you allow that to happen? They have to at least come in and love you equal, if not more, because why would you allow that person in? You can treat yourself better on your own. But what happens with trauma bonds is people love themselves 1%, someone's coming along willing to love them 5%. Again, way less than half still, but because they only love themselves 1%, they think this person is an actual miracle, the love of their life, the best thing to ever happen. But they only are loving them 5%. But because it's 4% more than they love themselves, they think it's their true love, right? But it's a trauma bond. And what's going to happen is you're only going to validate the fear that you are both living with. Self-love is key. Self-love is the absolute best love. It is the best love. I used to be a people pleaser, not now, and these people now think I'm being awkward. They work together to cut you off from other relationships that are good. See if that saves you. That's Jesus. This is judgment, and I bring it. What do you mean? What is judgment? Guys, I'm going to head off very shortly. So do we have any last questions, any last bits? Let me know. Ask them in the comments. Which is better, being alone or a people pleaser? Obviously being on your own, because when you're alone, you can heal. And there's nothing, you're not lonely when you're on your own. If you feel lonely on your own, that's something deeper within you. But you never alone. Exactly. So there's no such thing as being on your own. So if you feel lonely, that's something within you. Thank you so much for the rose. Guys, any last bits before I head off? So video ideas, we have quantum healing. We have how to set boundaries, how to quit victim mentality, how to love yourself, how habits in childhood are formed. So any last bits for the board? And then for homework, a movie recommendation for the people that have the self-love transformation program. So we can add that as well. Any last questions? I feel like I should definitely have a moderator. You literally forget, don't you, that you can have like all your regular people and then new people, but then you can also have people that just wanna, I don't know, and just wanna have their say. If you're coming here to just spread hate, then please go and do it somewhere better, because you're wasting your time. And also you don't even follow me, so you probably just spend a lot of time angry, wanting to get it out, so you join other people's lives to get your anger out. Again, a reflection of what's going on for you internally, but please don't bring your projection onto here. Please don't bring your projection onto here. I feel better already. You've helped me so much already. Oh, guys, there's like hundreds of hours of content as well that's out there that's free. That's so funny. Let me just tag that, pin that. We know time is limited. That's why we are all trying to heal. I don't know why that's making me laugh. That's funny, but because it's true. That's true, right? Why else would we be doing this right now? It's so funny. That made me laugh. Me laugh. Even we know time. Oh my gosh. Please, can you leave? In the nicest way possible. If you don't have anything valuable to add, then there's not really any point that you've been here. This is all inner child healing. So if your inner child is angry, that's fine, you can heal it, but no projection. Maybe I've got a movie recommendation for you. Why don't you watch Wicked? Do you like that? I think it's a musical. Where can you watch it on? The one with Ariana Grande and dunno, Alphabet and what's she called? Glenda? Watch Wicked. I think you might like that film. If you like Wicked Witch. I think she's a good witch though. I've never actually watched it before, but I think Wicked, she is a good witch. Isn't she? Yeah, I think so. So you can watch that if you would like. No such thing. There is a thing of Wicked because I've seen it advertised. I want to see Wicked to see the other people's perspectives. Have you watched it? I would love to go to the theatre and watch it. I think I'd like that more than the movie, but I know there's the movie out. Okay. I haven't seen it yet. Let's think of other movie recommendations. Right, let's be serious now. Inception, that's going to be maybe a homework one. I think a Salem witch hunt is well overdue. What's that? I'm not sure what that is, but you can explain if you would like. So Inception, other good movies. Matrix, but I think that's a very, generic one. The first Matrix anyway is good. What other ones is there? There's so many, guys. I should write a list of all the good movies. And inner child healing ones as well. I love 13 Going on 30. I love that movie. I did write a piece of paper with movies on, so if I find it, I will let everyone know. This has been very helpful, so thank you for your time. Thank you, everyone. And you are also welcome. You are also welcome. That's a good idea. Movie recommendations, yeah. Because I did have a list of movies. Angels, please can you help me find the list of movies? Thank you. You could do a video on movies tonight. The Quiet Girl Irish film. Okay, before I head off, one last scenario we will go over on the board for anyone and everyone that's just joined. Thank you so much. What do we call that one? Oh, music play. So, one last scenario we will go over on the board. If you have any suggestions, write them down. And also, any video ideas as well, let me know and I will write them on the little board. So which group session? You mean the weekly group session? You will get sent an email at least a day before. You will get sent an email at least a day before. With the link to the Zoom group. So guys, before I head off, any last thing to do on the board, or I'll just do what comes to me right now? Okay. If you can't attend one session, will I be able to catch up? Yeah. So if you cannot attend, if you just write me an email to say, unfortunately, I will not be able to attend, but please can you send me the recording? And then I'll be able to send you the recording. So yeah, absolutely. You just need to let me know via email. Okay, right, quickly, anyone, or I'm just going to go over on the board and do what comes to me. Okay, so let's say now, let's say you decide, actually, oh my gosh, why is it like that? You decide, actually, I do not want to heal my inner child. What I'm going to do is ignore that all of these things are going on for me. I'm just going to ignore. So I'm going to keep thinking thoughts that displease me and therefore produce an emotion, which is energy in motion, that I do not like to feel. But I am not going to heal, I'm just going to ignore what's going on. Okay? So, if this is what you were doing, again, when you meet people, they are mirroring back to you who you believe you are. So these encounters, you're always going to be left angry. It's going to add on to it. Let's say you've been doing this for 5 years, okay? You're just tolerating people. Yes, every single one is validating that you are angry because that's their job. So every single person just validates what you are feeling. And what you are feeling is anger because you keep thinking the thoughts that produce the emotion of anger, but because you don't want to heal, you just want to ignore it in hopes that it's going to go away. So you're operating from a wounded inner child. You're ignoring everything that's going on. Okay, let's say you've been doing this for 5+ years. Again, you are deceiving. You cannot deceive the universe, but you're trying to deceive people, but all these people are you. Okay, they're you pushed out, so you cannot deceive, but you're trying to. Because you show up, you have a happy face, you put on a mask, you do whatever. You appear like something that you're not, right? You never let them know that you have all this anger within you. But as soon as you leave interactions, because their only job is to validate how you feel, you are overthinking and it's making you angry. So let's say the person made a comment, right? And you've left thinking about that comment. Oh my gosh, I can't believe they said that. Why would they say that? Again, adding on to the fact that you are angry. So they've validated your anger. The next person, again, you're having whatever, you're putting your mask on, pretending everything's fine. But again, obviously, your projection of your consciousness is anger, and that goes everywhere with you. So you're interacting with this person. Again, you're only seeing everyone for who you are, which is anger. So you're interacting with this person, you leave. Now you're overthinking the relationship with them. You're thinking, oh my gosh, they really do piss me off. They do that thing that really annoys me every single time I meet them. Again, validation, adding on to the fact that you are living in anger. The third person, you interact with them, put on a smile, a fake whatever, you're deceiving or trying. You leave that interaction. You're thinking about something that they used to do that really pissed you off. And you keep thinking about it. Adding on to the fact that you are angry, living in anger. So you're never seeing anyone for who they are. You are always seeing people for who you are, because every time you left that interaction, every single person validated onto your anger. They appeared to you like they are making you angry. But it's because you are angry with yourself. You are holding on to that anger. And because you are doing that to you, when you're on your own, you actually think of things that you have done to make you angry. You think of things that other people have done to you to make you angry. So most of the time when you're operating like this and you don't want to go in and heal your inner child, you will use the external all the time because you don't want to be on your own. You hate who you are. So you will use it as a distraction. Always being around people, always having things planned, never being on your own. Because if you were to be on your own, you would have to face the reality that this is all your own doing and that everything is making you angry because you are in fact holding on to anger within you. And you can use anything: jealousy, envy, resentment, sadness, depression, whatever. You can use whatever you want here, because this is the same thing that's happening. Until you heal your inner child, you are always going to be validated with the emotion that you are feeling by everyone outside of you. All these people appear to be their own individual person, but they are all you. They are all you. Because whatever you are doing, you are projecting your consciousness externally and having the experience through everyone from you. You're seeing these people for who you are, not for who they are, for who you are. Hence leaving the interactions and always thinking about what happened, that adds on to your anger. Because that is your creation, projected and getting validated and coming straight back to you. So replace anger with fear, replace it with insecurity, replace it with worry, doubt, greed, guilt, shame, sadness. You can replace it with whatever. It is the same dynamic taking place. The same thing is going on. Every single person is you pushed out. Your consciousness is projected externally onto everything and everyone for you to have the experience of your own creation. So guys, everyone understand that? Very, very straightforward, very easy to understand. What we put at the top was plus 5 years. So let's say this dynamic has been going on over 5 years. What's going to start to happen is, instead of this person just always leaving these interactions and feeling angry on their own about other people, they're actually going to be playing out that anger. They're not going to be able to hold it in anymore. So all these people, which again is you pushed out, you're not going to be able to hold in the anger anymore. So every time they say something which has to validate that you are, it's angry, living in anger, you're going to lash out straight away onto them. You're going to lash out because the anger wants to be released, and it's been 5 years you've been holding it within your body. Well, now you're going to lash out to all these people, but all these people are you pushed out. So by you lashing out, you are lashing out on yourself. You are lashing out anger that you feel towards you onto all these people that are you pushed out. So we don't want to get to this stage. We don't even want to be living like this, because what a miserable way to live. And again, guys, replace anger with whatever you want. Sadness, whatever, depression, anything, envy, whatever it may be. You want to heal your inner child so you feel safe and secure. So when you're interacting with everyone, they add on to your safety and security because they validate that you feel safe and secure in your own body. That's where you want to get, so you never have to experience that ever. And you don't experience this because you're going to heal. You're going to heal your inner child. So you're projecting safety and security. And you're meeting all people that add on to the fact that you feel safe and that you feel secure within your own body. That's what you want to get to, and that's the place of healing your inner child. So guys, before I head off, any last questions? And thank you everyone so much for being here. Thank you for all the likes and all the shares. Do we have any questions on inner child healing? Any last questions? Okay guys, thank you everyone so much for being here. Appreciate you all. If you want to make the most of the price at that price, then make sure you are getting the lesson or the program today, because they will be going up by the end of today. Thank you everyone. Love you. Thanks for that info. You are so welcome. Guys, replace the anger with whatever. It could be insecurity. It could be jealousy, fear, hatred, anything. That's exactly what's going on. And everyone is you pushed out. So it's good to take accountability. Thank you everyone so much for being here. Any last questions? I'll stay for like a few more minutes if we have any last questions. But you can literally use anything on the board so specifically, whatever you would like to use. So insecurity, jealousy, all of that. Okay guys, so the prices will be going up tonight. So make the most of that if you want to join. I love my day off. I get to listen to you. Oh, that's so sweet. Okay guys. Bye-bye.